Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. Today, there are a couple housekeeping things before we get started. Number one is those of you who have been tuning in live might recognize her. My friend, Nais, who is always in class every week, is now here in person this week. So she'll be practicing off to the side. So if you hear me yell at Nais, you will know I'm yelling at her in person and not somehow seeing her on the screen. Great. And for everybody at home, before we start class today, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes, I want you to go grab something small, like something little that makes you happy. Just something small, somewhere in your house. You have time, don't worry. I won't start without you. I'll sit here and talk for a little while. So if you have to run out of the room, you can run out of the room. Obviously, if you're at home and you're not watching live, you can just hit pause. Yeah, I hope everybody's had a great weekend. It is sunny and warm here in Spain. Not too warm, just like sweater weather. I was also told that it's getting cold everywhere else, so people aren't getting as sweaty. So what that means is that we are going to turn up the heat a little bit today and warm up a little bit more to make sure that you get sweaty enough. I am going to close this door so it's a little bit quieter quick. And then we're going to get started. Hopefully everybody has their cute little item that makes them happy. Don't overthink it too much. Hang tight. All right, and then take your little item. I have two today. I got a new rock at the market. And then I have another rock that Marty really likes. Both of them make me happy. So I'm gonna set it on the top of my mat, and I ask you to just set yours on the top of the mat. Give it a loving little pat, and then we will start class today seated. So a couple different options to begin for your seat. Either seated meditation, if this doesn't feel good, feet out in front of you. Maybe you sit on your heels. If you have a meditation cushion or a block, you can put that under your butt just to give you a little elevation and a little more room for your knees to fall out to the side. And then close down your eyes. As you inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, slide them down your back. Let's take a couple of those. Inhale, shoulders towards the ears. Exhale, slide down the back. Last time, inhale, shoulders forward and up. Now keep them high, shrug them and hold them there. Then exhale, slide the shoulder blades down the back, pull them together. Gently tuck your chin and open the back of your neck. Breath in. And a breath out. With your eyes closed, bring your left hand to your chest, your right hand to your low abdomen. I ask you to do this as we start today because it's a little harder to feel our breath when we're seated versus when we're laying down. So bring your awareness into that bottom hand, your right hand. And as you inhale, push your belly out into your hand. Draw your breath down, down, down into the low abdomen. And then as you exhale, push gently into the hand as you pull the belly button up and in. And I mean so gently, but it just almost feels like support for the diaphragm. Inhale, belly comes out. Expand, expand, expand. Exhale, gentle push, belly button up and in. Let's start to time this. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale, pull in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push into the hands, 6. Exhale, 1. Hand gently pushes in, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last round, biggest breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take an extra sip of air, hold, and push out the diaphragm into the hand. So make it an active, continuous push. Stay relaxed in the rest of your body. Hold, 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 hold. And then exhale, pull the belly button, diaphragm in, gentle push of the hand. 4, 5, and 6. Push out any last bit of air, maybe again using the hand to be firm, and hold with the empty breath. Continue to hold. Hold this position. Place your hands down by your sides or on your knees. Now inhale and exhale. Take 3 more like this, a little faster. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Now take that same rhythm of breath. Maybe it's a little bit longer, maybe it's a little shorter, but this is your speed that you'll try to take throughout class when I'm not cueing breath. And the first thing we do as we focus on our breath is we pull our mind away from all of our to-do lists, all of our other things. So if at any time you feel like you're wandering outside the practice, this is that point of reference, right? The breath. Another inhale, another exhale. Now, without opening your eyes, bring your awareness to your object, or maybe objects if you've brought a few. The thing you've chosen that brings you happiness. And first, for a moment, I'd just like to do a little inquiry why? What about this thing makes you happy? Is it a physical texture, a sentimental texture? Maybe something different? So, this is the why, hopefully, you found now. Now, bring your awareness to how that object makes you feel. Breath in, breath out. Blink your eyes, gently open. Try to keep the lids of your eyes nice and heavy. If you are seated cross-legged, sit back and just switch the cross of your legs. If you are in a different seat, like if you're doing anything else, I invite you to move around and find another seat. Maybe you sit with your legs wide, just changing up the posture because we are going to be seated for a little bit longer. So you have your spine completely aligned, drawing up towards the ceiling. Your chin is tucked. Take a breath in. And then exhale, reach your hands out to the sides, palms face forward, spread your fingers. So fingertips spread and reach and reach and reach, and then wiggle all 10 fingers to start to just make them a little bit alive. On your next breath in, reach your hands high, palms face each other, and then push your shoulders up towards your ears. So you'll notice sometimes we say slide your shoulder blades down your back. No, instead, I want you to shrug them as high up as you can get until maybe you can almost pinch your ears with your biceps pushing in, but your hands are still apart. So we start to reach towards the sky, and you might notice in maybe in your body or in your mind's eye that your spine seems to be getting longer as you reach higher and higher, higher for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sweep your hands down and back, place them somewhere on the ground by your sides or maybe on your knees. And now depress your shoulders. So push them down, slide the shoulder blades down your back, and imagine your neck getting longer. You can take a couple of these, just kind of wiggling, seeing how far down you can get the shoulder blades. Let's take it again. Inhale, reach the hands up, palms face each other. Then once your arms are high, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. You can see it's a big difference for me once I make the shrug. Then try to pin your biceps onto your ears as you reach the fingertips a little higher. Your core is up and in, right? And then you're breathing for 3. It's interesting because you need to engage your diaphragm as you breathe, the core pushing in too. I know this is a really long count, right? And 1, sweep the hands down and back to the sides. Place them somewhere on the ground or your body, and then push the shoulders down. Maybe tuck the chin slightly just so you feel the back of the neck start to open and lengthen. Inhale, lift the head up, hands come up, palms go high once more. This is the last time. This time, I'd like you to imagine you're crawling up a rope. There are 2 ropes, and you're pulling on 2 different ropes to reach yourself up. Elbows will bend. As you reach high, the bicep will come by the ear. And as you bend into the arm, the shoulder will shrug down the back. And if you're confused, it doesn't matter. Maybe you imagine you're like a gecko walking on a stick on a leaf. We're just trying to create some movement in the shoulders, some warmth. 2 and 1. Release, hands down by your sides. Breath in and a breath out. Kick your feet out from whatever position you're in, and if you need to, you can take a little moment to like wiggle the toes, wiggle the feet, and then come to tabletop pose. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We know the alignment. Today, take your knees together. So instead of having them hip width distance apart, put the knees together. Knees will be at about a 90-degree bend. You might feel a little less stable. That's okay. Drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, look high, cow pose. Exhale, round through the spine, press through the hands, find your cat. Inhale, drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, look high. Exhale, round and bend, cat. Take 3 more of these while I fix my microphone so I don't breathe into it. And move with your own breath. No cat or cow too fast, no cat or cow too slow. There we go. One more. Belly drops, shoulders roll back. Exhale, round, find your cat pose. Now your knees are together, the entire spine is rounding. Your shoulders are opening, and then press into the tops of your feet. Lift your knees just about an inch to hover and see how that immediately turns your core on, right? Isn't that super weird? Like as soon as we do that, the core just fires up. Breath in. Exhale, lower the knees down, drop the belly, shoulders back. Cow pose. Exhale, come back to your cat. And make this like a subtle cat, so not too crazy yet. Then reach your left foot back. Your left toes will be on the ground. Press into your left heel. So we've got a nice big stretch on the back leg. Option 1 is to stay here with this press in the leg and find the stretch in your calf, which might be really juicy. Option 2 is to do this exact same thing, but then lift the right knee up to hover. So you've got the knee up about an inch off the ground. Once again, our core is like, oh, so we're doing this today, huh? We thought it was Sunday. We thought we were having Bloody Marys, but no, we're not today. So press round through the upper spine, 2 and 1, lower the knee down. Then left knee comes back to meet the right, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, cow pose, our transitioning pose, exhale round, cat, right toe goes back. First, press a little bit into the calf. I'm definitely aware that my calves are very tight today, so take a moment to find the stretch. The first option is you stay here in the stretch. The second option is you press into the hands, round through the spine, lift the left knee to hover. Nothing too crazy in the left knee. You don't have to get it very high. But as you do this, can you continue to press into that back calf and the right leg? 2, 1. Both knees come down. Curl your toes under. Sit back on your heels. So we have our fave broken toe pose. If you do a lot of running or if you're just a human, you might not enjoy this, but I want you to try to sit back as much as you can. If you are here, that's fine. Come out and in, come out and in. Those of us who are seated tall will hands on the thighs, shut down the eyes, and find that expansive breath you had in seated meditation. 3. Inhale here. 2. Last one, breath in. Exhale, come forward. Knees are still together. Immediately reach the left leg back. Press into the hands. Option 1, stretch through the calf. Option 2, lift the right knee and hold. Now, we have an option 3 this time. Option 3 is to hold here and try to bring the right knee to the right tricep and squeeze. Today is an arm class, in case you haven't noticed. We're going to be working on our arms a lot today. So pick your version. Remember, there's always levels depending what your body needs. 2 and 1, knee comes back first, then lower down, then the left knee meets the right. Drop your belly, shoulders back, cow pose as you look high. Exhale, gentle round of the spine into the opposite side. Right foot reaches back, push into the right calf. Option 1, just stay here, enjoy the juicy stretch. Option 2, let's push and lift. Option 3, left knee can come to the left tricep and we hold and breathe like we're just chilling on the sofa. Push the knuckles into the mat. Straighten through the arms as much as you can. 2 and 1, bring the left knee back, 90-degree bend, then release it down onto the ground. Right knee comes to meet it. Curl the back toes under, take a seat, broken toe pose, sit high. Weird class today, huh? Inhale, sweep the hands high. Palms face each other. I'm just trying to distract you from your feet. Exhale, sweep the hands down to your sides. Inhale, hands come high, palms face each other. Exhale, sweep down to your sides. Last time, inhale, hands up. Exhale, bring the hands forward, plant them down, tabletop pose. Let's take one more because I really like this. Right foot comes back, press into the right calf. Option 1. You could stretch this all day long and you're still going to have a benefit from it. Option 2, push and lift the left knee up off the mat. Notice we're doing the same side. Option 3, left knee to left tricep, hold. I'm going to give an option 4 if you're a masochist. Straighten the leg and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 3, 4, 2, 1. Come out, maybe bending the knee. Then the knee hovers. Then eventually left knee releases. Right knee comes to meet it. Drop your belly, shoulders back, look high. Exhale, round, press. Right foot comes back, right? No, left foot. Left foot, yeah. Left foot comes back, push into the left calf. Either we stay here or press and lift the knee to hover. Option 2. Option 3, knee to tricep. Option 4, try to straighten the leg and continue to make the press of the knee to the tricep. It's really hard. 2 and 1, bend into the knee. The right knee will come to hover, then lower down, then left knee meets right. Nice freaking work. Come to a seat, curl the toes under, broken toe pose. This is the last time I will ask you to do this. So if this is really uncomfortable and you're miserable, you can come up to here briefly and then lower back down. If you're digging broken toe pose and it feels really comfortable for you, you can actually walk your hands back, fingertips face forward, roll the shoulders back, and just take a little bit of a baby back bend. Breath in and out. You're almost there. Another breath in and out. Last one. Here we go. Breath in. Love your toes. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. Push them down into the mat. Breath out and come forward. Uncurl the toes. Maybe tap the feet out. Then walk your hands a handprint forward. Curl the toes up and under. Back downward facing dog. First downward dog of class. So as always, if you're not into down dog, you can come to tabletop. If you are into down dog, try to, just like we did when we were standing, you recall, or sitting, push the shoulders towards the ears. So you actually bring your biceps towards your ears more, and you'll feel your spine start to elongate and elevate. Then bend into the knees, reach your chest towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, just sink the heels down and back as far as you can get them, as close as you can get to the mat. Take that once more, bend into the knees, chest towards the thighs. And then exhale, heel sink down and back. Inhale, look forward, tiptoe your way. You know the drill by now. You guys are all experts to the top of the mat. Fold forward, heads heavy, Uttanasana pose. Take opposite elbows. Let's do a ragdoll, sway side to side. Maybe bend in one knee and then the other. Back to center, release the hands down to the ground. Two options. If you have any back issues, you're going to bend in the knees, take your arms wide, and press up to standing. If you're comfortable with a roll up, you can bend into the knees and then start rolling up, beginning with the tailbone. So you tuck the tailbone first, then the low back will start to straighten, then the mid back, then the upper back, and eventually you'll come all the way to standing, nice and tall, hands by your sides, Tadasana. Close your eyes. Breath in. Breath out. Blink your eyes back open. Inhale, reach your hands high, and then take a steeple grip with your fists. So it's going to be all your fingers together except for your pointers, and they'll reach towards the sky. So your pointer fingers go up. I'm going to run towards the camera just in case you want to see. It looks like this. So reach up, and then just like we had before, notice the biceps are squeezing into my head, right? So as you inhale, reach your fingertips as high as you can get them. Shrug up, 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 up. Spine is nice and long, longer, longer, longer. Then exhale over to the right side. So find that side body bend. If I were to come around, rather than dumping, you're extending, like you're launching yourself over a bar. Then your core is going to be engaging equally on both sides. So I know it might feel like you're kind of like in one side or the other. For 3, maybe try to bump that left hip over. See if you can bring the bend more into the side of your body. For 2, 1, inhale back up, keep the grip, don't give up. Exhale over opposite side. So remember, we start by lengthening, then stretching, stretch, stretch, stretch. If your elbows start to bend, unbend them, continue the squeeze of the biceps towards the ears. Bump the right hip over to see if it can come from more of the side body. Your torso should face forward. Keep the squeezing. Are your arms still straight? Hold 3. Hold for 2. And 1. Inhale. Back up. Keep the grip. Don't let go. And then exhale, fold forward. Draw a line down the wall in front of you as you fold with your arms straight, 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 straight until you're all the way to the ground, and then release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back. Take your arms wide this time. Press yourself up. Hands come high. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Press your palms. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. A reminder that if plank is just too much, you can always go to tabletop. Now that we're in plank, close your eyes. Shut your face down, so relax through the jaw. You might feel your arms are a little shaky. We already did a lot of arm work. Bring your awareness to all 10 fingers connecting to the mat. Then try to squeeze the elbows in towards your sides. Rock your weight forward to prepare as you take a breath in. Exhale, lower down nice and slow. 3, 2, And 1, down to the ground. Inhale up, baby cobra. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Lift your hands, hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Press into the tops of the feet. Lift the hands. And lower down. Okay, this time you have 2 options. Option 1, just do that one more time. Option 2, reach your hands forward in front of you. Take steeple grip. So you've got the steeple grip just like we did standing. Rest your forehead down onto the mat. So forehead comes down to the mat. Then inhale, lift your arms up and your biceps up so your hands are no longer on the ground, but your forehead is still on the ground. Then peel the rest of yourself up. Try to lift. It's so hard. Breathe in, 3. I had this idea in my head. It's just harder in practice. 2. Squeeze the biceps to the ears. 1. And now lower down your head first, then your hands. Breath in. Walk your hands back towards your sides and actually take your hands along your sides. Your palms will be face up. Let your shoulders fall forward. Take the right side of your cheek to the mat and just release through the low back. Wiggle your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Another breath in and out. All right, hands come back by the sides. Hug the elbows in, curl the toes under, press up plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale your right leg high. So as you do that, we pull which hip back in space? The left hip to keep the hips nice and even. Flex or point, I don't care. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Hold, breathe, squeeze, and then step the foot to the outside of the right hand. So we're in like a lizard lunge. Back knee can be down or up. If you need to take a moment to set this up, that's fine. There's no rush to get into this. So this is a little bit different than our normal pose when our knee might be between our hands. As we do this, can you continue to still hug the knee into the tricep? But then at the same time, pull the left knee forward, the right heel back. And it's almost, if you look down at the space between your left knee and your right heel. See how you can draw a diagonal line? I want you to draw that line. Imagine you're pulling your foot and your knee on that line. So instead of just straight linear forward and back, you're actually pulling diagonally, trying to draw them together. And then remember, the knee is connected to the shoulder. The more you pull and squeeze, the better, because obviously, why not? 3, 4, 2, and then 1. Keep this pull, but curl the back toe under. Lift the back knee up, and then push the left heel back. So the left heel is pushing back, but your right knee and tricep are still connected, and your right heel is pulling linearly back towards your left big toe. I know, guys, this is a lot. We're barely doing anything, but you're actually doing quite a bit. 3, 2, 1. Push into your hands, round through your upper spine. Try and lift the foot first, then step back, downward facing dog. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale your left leg high. First, we prep. Pull the right hip back in space. Push the hands into the mat away from you. And then left knee to left tricep. For a moment, we hold here. Remember, if you're having trouble with this, you can automatically bring the right knee down right away and try to lift the knee to the tricep. Otherwise, if you're here, you're going to push into the hands, round through the spine, and then we step through. Left foot to the left side of the left hand. All right. Once you're here, lower the back knee down. Remember, I did say people were not getting sweaty enough, so we're going to move slower and be more mindful and powerful. Press the knee into the tricep. Then look down at the space between your left foot and your right knee. It's a diagonal line, right? You'll try to pull your right knee towards your left foot. your left foot towards your right knee while maintaining the hug and squeeze of the shoulder. If you're not shaking, you're not pulling hard enough. So turn your pull up. Feel that engagement on the inside, right? As we start to power up, then, and only then, you can, if you like, curl the back toe under, lift the back leg up, and then push into the back right heel. So the back of the leg starts to lengthen. Once you're there, you continue the pull of the left foot towards the left big toe. Why are we doing this? There's always a reason, right? There's always a reason. I promise. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Push into the hands. Try to lift the left foot up and then back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, look between your hands. Inhale, look between your hands and hop your feet. Yes, I'm giving you permission to hop. I know I almost messed it up because I never do that. Hop your feet to the outside of your hands and come into a yogi squat. But as I heard last week in the last couple classes I've taught, yogi squats are way better when they're in a yogi squat that's 90 degrees. So nice nose, butt up, then bring the knees or the hands to the inside of the knees. What do? We push or push, push or push, push or pull, right? With either the elbows or the hands. Now that you're here, can you pull up and in like a Kegel for the women, Uddiyana Bandha for everyone, pelvic floor up and in, squeeze. And then now try to push your knees away from your arms or hands so they no longer touch. Yes, you won't move the arms, squeeze through the glutes. 3, 2, oh my gosh, 1, come to standing. Wasn't that a creative way to stand? Toes together, sliver space between the heels. Close your eyes. Left hand to your heart, right hand to your low belly. Bring your focus away from your body, away from your mind, back to your thing that you put on the top of your mat. This item. And immediately jump to how it makes you feel. Now that you know how it makes you feel, if you had to assign a color to it, and I don't mean what color it is, but a color that it makes you feel like, I know we're getting hippie today. It is what it is. What color does it make you glow? One may call it the aura of this item. Last but not least, as we do this focus on your item, hold your right hand out like you're holding something in it. Remember, your eyes are still closed. I want you to imagine this item in your hand. What does it feel like? What weight is it? Is it smooth? Is it rough? And then imagine yourself gently putting the item down and release your hands both by your sides. Blink your eyes back open. Shift your weight over into your right foot. So start to find that shift. If you like, reminder for balancing poses, you can always come to a wall. If you really struggle with balancing, it's okay to find a wall and then work on that balance from there. So shift the weight over into the right foot. Left knee will draw up and in towards the chest. Then take the left hand to that knee. Now, I'm going to ask you, this is going to be weird. It's okay. It's all weird. To bump your left hip back. So from the side, it will look like this. I'm actually like popping my booty out to the side. That's what I want you to do is booty pop that butt out to the side as you hold the knee. Why? It's going to make sense. It always does, right? So pull, push, and then strong in the standing leg. If you've come out, come back in. As you do this, don't forget the spine. We might be popping the booty, but can you continue to try and make your spine long, your diaphragm strong? 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hands by your sides. Tadasana. Breath in And out. Shift your weight over into your left leg. You know where we're going, and it's going to make sense as soon as you feel it when we go into the full posture. So I beg you, please try. Instead of just standing and holding, draw the left knee up, left hand to the knee, and then pop, yep, your left booty back. It's going to look weird. If anyone came into the room, they would be like, what are you doing? That's okay. Hold, balance. I don't care what you're doing with your right hand, as long as you're maintaining some structure in the lengthened spine. 3. Strong in the left leg. Can you straighten it any more than it is for 2? 1. And release. Both feet together, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your hands high, look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Hug the elbows in, knees up or knees down, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hands come forward. Let's all do it this time. If you skipped it last time, take your steeple grip. I don't care if your forehead never even comes off the mat. I want you to stretch the fingers forward, release the forehead to the mat. Now, what we're trying is we inhale, squeeze the biceps toward the ears and try to lift the hands and up off of the mat first. So hands lift, then the forehead will lift. Try to come into a back bend as you lengthen. 3, 2, 1. Release everything down. Breath in and out. Let's try again. Here we go. So first, inhale, lengthen the hands forward, squeeze the biceps by the ears, lift the hands up off the mat as high as you can get them. Then lift the forehead. Hold, hold, hold. Press into the tops of your feet. 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down. Hands come back by your sides. I'm only going to make us do 2 because that's really hard. Curl the toes under. Press yourself up to plank. Then look forward. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Yogi squat, but at 90 degrees. Round 2. We're back. Nice. Are you sweaty yet? Okay, she's sweating, but we don't have the windows open, so I got to make sure where everyone's cold that we get there. All right, hands to heart center. Now, push the elbows into the knees first. Find that widening, and then once the knees are touching the elbows, can you try to make the knees away from the elbows? So push, push, push out as far out as you can get with the strength of your body. Hold and squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, come to standing. Feet together, hands by your sides. Tadasana. Breath in. And a breath out. I'm going to take a sip of water. If you need a sip of water, go for it. Moving on to, checking on the time we've got. A little bit more building to our balancing posture. So again, if you like, you can come to the wall. We'll move on to the second part of our balancing series that I'm going to call booty poppin' from here on out, because that is what we're doing. So shift your weight into your right leg. Left knee comes up. Option 1 is to just hold and work, just like we did before, on pushing it back. Option 2 is we will grab for the big toe and then do the exact same motion while trying to widen the knee away from the arm. Yes. So your knee shouldn't be touching your arm, but at the same time, your booty's popping out and back. It's really hard and weird because I've never asked you to do this. And actually, it's probably very likely nobody has ever asked you to do this because that would be super strange. So the more you push the knee out, focus on your balance, stick your butt out a little more. 2, and 1. Release the foot down. Tadasana. Right into the opposite side. Here we go. Shift your weight over. Peace fingers can come to the big toe, or just like we did before, the same motion. Both of these are awesome warm-ups. If you have the peace fingers on the big toe, push the knee away from the arm. So I don't want them touching. Then push the butt out. And spinal column is long. Maybe tuck the neck, tuck the chin. 3. Stand taller in that left leg for 2. and 1. Release. Hands by your sides. Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Shift your weight into your right foot. Step your left foot all the way back and come to warrior 2. So in warrior 2, remember the back heel or the back foot is either parallel or at a 45-degree angle. And then you sink it down and in. Today, because this is just that kind of day, sweep the hands high, take a steeple grip, but make sure this time do a steeple grip so it feels awkward, like you're holding it wrong. Then squeeze the biceps towards the ears. You should feel the pressure on your head as you lengthen through the arms. Sink deeper into the knee. Now, push your feet away from each other. So really feel them push, but don't get up any higher in the legs. Imagine your legs are immobile stones. They are not going to move from here. Then start to side bend backwards. So you're creating a big C. It's almost like a reverse warrior with the whole spine, torso. Keep the arms straight. Are your arms straight? We're singing a song because your arms need to be straight. Yes, sink down more. Reach up and over 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, widen the arms, warrior 2. Spin your feet forward, hands come high, bend in the back knee because everyone loves an opportunity to practice. Exhale, draw the left knee into the chest, and then step together, Tadasana. Breath in, and out. Hands come to heart center. Shift your weight into your left leg. Right foot sweeps up and back all the way and step to your warrior 2 pose. So we take a little time to set up first. Push into the back heel, then sink down about a 90-degree bend. If you like this adjustment where we roll the thighs out, remember we have external rotation of the thighs here. Then sink down. Now, inhale, hands come high. Take the weird grip again. Squeeze the biceps to the ears. Close your eyes. Imagine your legs are cement. They are not going to move. Straighten through that right leg. Now, with your legs being cement, push your feet away from each other. So start to have that nice strong push as though they're allergic to one another. Inhale, reach high with the hands. Exhale, bend into this reverse warrior style side bend. As you're here, remember, your legs shouldn't be moving. You're going up and over a bar as you straight through the right leg. Pull the diaphragm up and in as you exhale. Inhale, it will expand out. You're almost there. Breath in, hands up. Exhale, widen. Warrior 2. Inhale, turn your feet forward, look forward, sweep the hands high. Bend in the back knee. Exhale, step, come to standing, right knee into the chest, and then both feet together, hands by your sides. Tadasana. Breath in. And a breath out. Another breath in. And out. Okay. Full expression of our weird balancing posture. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I asked you to bump your hip back. So take a look at me. The progression of this, again, if you want to use the wall, that's totally fine. I'll have you bring your toe into your peace fingers around your toe, right? And then we pop the booty out. If you're not peace fingering, your hand is on the knee and you pop the booty out, right? So we're holding there in that expression. Perfect. Option 2, in this version, we'll start to straighten. Now, if the booty is out, I actually, as I start to straighten, can start to pull the foot up to the side versus if the booty's not popping out. How are we going to express this as we're a bit lower? We'll put your hand to the underside of your thigh and try to straighten as you move the foot out to the side, right? Yeah, that's it. It's. I know you're like, Madison, that's it. That's not it. Yes. So give it a shot. Start with your weight on your right leg. And again, you'll have a couple chances to try this. We are going to return back to your little items. Don't worry. But first, find this balance and then pick your posture. But first, booty pops out, Then you work to straighten the leg and move it up and out to the side. By doing this, we have more range of motion in the hip. You might find, remember, you can lift a little bit higher, hand will be under the thigh, wave and wiggle, swear at me, it's fine. Shift your weight over into your opposite leg. Let's do the other side. So pick your position. Hand can be under the thigh, remember. Pop the booty out, 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 out. Then maybe reach down. If you like, widen out to the side. As you do that, still find that same in the back. So if you're here, and guys, if you're here and you're doing it, that's fantastic. You're doing it, you're balancing. It's all about just trying, doing strange things with our bodies. That is the purpose of today and every day's class. Give it one more shot. I know. You might say you're done. You're not done. Try one more time. Opposite side once more. Hand comes either under the thigh or to the big toe. Push the butt out first. Find that alignment, then up and out. To the side, hold, hold, hold. 3. Wherever you are, I don't care if you're here, for 2, 1. Release. Both feet together. Tadasana. Breath in. And out. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Plank pose, either knees up or knees down, lower down. 3, 2, 1. This time, inhale, baby cobra, or if you're craving it, you can come to an upward facing dog. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under. Press yourself up. Plank or tabletop. Exhale back. Down dog, and immediately tiptoe your way to the top of your mat and find your special item. So I'm going to pick just one. Hopefully it's not too big. I didn't specify the size of your item. So this might change things if it's really big, but inhale on up. Just come all the way up. Grab your item in your hand. Let's take it in the right hand to start. Okay. So right hand, hands by your sides, Tadasana. Feel that item in your right hand and immediately start imagining the color. Maybe you can even feel some sort of warmth if we're getting really hippie and weird, some sort of energy. Feel the texture. And again, it's okay if it's pretty big, as long as it's not doubling you over. But imagine this item and how every single side of it feels. You got that? Is it cemented in your mind? Okay, blink your eyes back open. Place your item down onto the ground. Now envision this item is still in your hand. So this item is going to remain in your right hand for as long as possible in your mind's eye. I know it's not physically there, it's imaginary there. Shift your weight over into your right leg. Draw your left knee up into your chest. Hand comes to the knee, bump your booty back. So option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to take any other expression of this posture that you were taking before. So maybe you grab the big toe, bump the hip under. I don't care what you do. All I care is you balance. And then bring your awareness to your hand. Envision, I want you to feel first the color of the item. What color is it? Can you feel the shape? Can you feel the consistency? Can you feel its weight? 3, 2, and 1. Come out of the pose. Place your imaginary item down on the ground. Pick your real item up with your opposite hand. So it's in your left hand now. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to that left hand. Feel the item in your hand. What color is it? What shape? What texture? Really feel what it feels like to have it in your hand. Then blink your eyes open. Place the real item down on the ground. Pick your imaginary item back up. What does it look like? Feel it in your hand now before we move, right? Shift your weight over into your left leg. Right knee comes up. Maybe you bump the hip out. Yeah, if you've got the bump and it's comfortable, you reach down and potentially widen the leg to the side. You pick. Remember, this is all levels because you choose your level. Now, bring your awareness, no matter what you're doing, to your hand. What's in your left hand? What color is it? What shape is it? I want you to envision that item so hard you could almost make it appear out of thin air for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Come out of whatever expression you've chosen. Place your imaginary item back down onto the ground. Both hands by your sides, Tadasana pose. Breath in and a breath out. Bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your low belly. Feel the warmth of your own hands, the weight of your hands. Slow the rhythm of your breath. Take a moment to reflect on the first time we did that balancing pose without your item in your imaginary hand. And the second time we did that balancing pose with the item in the imaginary hand. Did anything change? On the surface, you might think not, but the goal of today's class was it's likely that on that first round of the imaginary pose, not imaginary pose, the real pose, on the first round, you may have felt frustration, right? You were like, oh, this is hard. Oh, this is weird. I'm not feeling like I'm doing this right. Maybe you're having a lot of negative self-talk, right? Hopefully, on the second round, you were thinking a lot more about your item. What did it feel like? What color was it like? And then there was less space for that negative self-talk because we were focused on our item, right? This thing we love, this thing that brings us joy. And sure, you were maybe falling over, that's okay. But finding that focus on that item pulls our awareness, our consciousness away from the negative and into this positive, beautiful little item. Blink your eyes open, hands by your sides. Tadasana. Moving down to the ground, inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Sit your butt back, widen your feet, and come to a yogi squat. So option 1, you're just gonna move through a yogi squat here and sit down. Great. Option 2, if you're really low in your yogi squat, and we played this with this before, you can reach the hands forward, butt back, hands forward, butt back, until eventually you just plop onto your butt. Legs extend. And let's take a Pilates. I don't even know what they call these. Maybe a roll down. That's a new word for it. All the way down to the mat. So feet will be flexed, toes curl back, tilt the pelvis so your pelvis is rounded, and then start to lower yourself down. Ideally, the sacrum, right, touches first, then the low back, then the mid back, eventually the upper back, and the hands reach high. Relax the hands down to the ground above your head and feel your shoulders open. We did a lot of shoulder work in class today. So rather than having the hands down, maybe you lift up and kind of make more space there, the shoulder blades. Palms face up towards the sky. On your next breath in, draw one knee up to your chest, then the other. Come to about a 90-degree bend. And then take both knees over to the right side using the strength of your body and your core. Now, as you do that, you might notice your shoulders kind of start to lift. That's okay. If they do lift, don't worry. But if you can, try to keep both shoulders on the ground so we have a big twist coming from the spine. I had a lot of students in the past week who told me that balancing was the hardest thing for them. And they said it like they were the only only one. Like they really thought it was their own personal fault that they couldn't balance, when in reality, balancing is one of the toughest things for most of us, especially as we age, right? So even though we're in a virtual class, being aware of the things that are hard for us are hard for a lot of other people too. Breath in. Squeeze in through your core. And then, if you want, you can bring your arms to a T, or you can try to lift both knees up to center. Exhale, take it over opposite side. And you may, once again, need to rearrange the arms. Like in this, it's pretty hard for my right shoulder to be down on the mat. But if I kind of scoot my butt back, I'm able to get both shoulders while maintaining a twist. So play with it for a little bit to see what works for you. And then come back to kind of a gentle, non-judgmental twist and whatever it looks like. Breath in and out. Moving back towards center. Engage your core first. Maybe your arms have to reach to a T to support you. Lift both knees back up. Come to the middle. And then move through a happy baby or cobbler's pose. So happy baby, the feet will be to the sky. You'll reach the hands to the outside of the feet. The knees will come to the outside of the triceps. We did a lot of that today. Otherwise, cobbler is feet together with hands laced under the feet like a basket. If you are in cobbler pose, and you really love your toe cars, which we've done before, this is a great chance to work on your toe cars just a little, pressing your big toes together, your pinky toes together, trying to lift all the other ones. And if you are in happy baby, can you push the feet very gently into the hands, pull the hands down into the feet to create some subtle engagement in a very deep stretch? If there is anything else that you need to end your practice, by all means, take it. Any movement your body is calling for, you can absolutely go for it. Otherwise, lengthen your legs down towards the ground, maybe transition for a moment through recovery pose with the feet on the ground, readjust, and then reach the feet out, palms face up, and make room for your Shavasana. Since you're at home, you can feel free to prop up, place maybe pillows under the back of the knees. And then lift your upper back up, and here slide the shoulder blades down the back. So we've had the shoulders towards the ears, right? Try to slide them down the back, then replace the back on the mat. And you might feel a little bit of a lengthening in the back of the neck, in the shoulders. Take a breath in. Open mouth exhale. Two more, breath in. Let it go. Last one, fill the lungs with oxygen. And release. If you are doing any other postures, meet the rest of us in Shavasana now. Head is heavy, jaw is relaxed, eyes are closed. Many of us, I would say, actually, most of us, suffer from overthinking at one point or another. Something we continue to ruminate on, are distracted by. Maybe sometimes it feels like a broken record playing over and over in our head. But when we can find something else to draw our focus, right? Think back to your item and imagine that item in the open palm of your right hand. You can feel the weight. You can see the color. You know the texture. And you imagine it so deeply that it almost feels as though it could materialize. And you have these moments of overthinking, of running thought. Try pulling your attention away by imagining your item, this item, in your hand. And before you drift fully off into Shavasana, as you hold your imaginary item, feel one more time how it makes you feel. What emotion does it evoke? And can you feel it in your entire body? You have the option to stay here as long as you like. Shut me off, drift into a 20-minute Shavasana. Or if you're ready to move on to the rest of your day, you can start by just taking a large breath in and a sigh out. Wiggle life into your fingers, into your toes. Rock your head side to side. Eventually make your movements larger and then roll over onto your favorite side using your arm as a pillow. As always, take a moment in fetal pose to recognize your own strength and growth. No matter how small, honor it. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the sound of my voice. Hands can come to heart center, 2 thumbs press into your sternum, take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times, breath in. Let it go. Last time. And release. Thumbs can come to the center of your forehead, your third eye. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy Sunday. Namaste. Fantastic work. As always, if you have any questions, I am here. If you like, take a few more moments with your special item to feel it, to recognize it. And I will see everybody next Sunday. Have a lovely week.